Hey everybody, Halloween Matt here, and today I am back because I have in total 7 new animatronics, plus 2 bonus, kind of just Halloween decorations that I've added to my collection that I want to show you guys. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Alright guys, so starting off, I have Jumping Cat here. I decided to start off with him because he is kind of broken, so he'll just kind of make for a quick start. His jumping animation is broken, but his eyes and audio do work, so I still think he's pretty cool. You can kind of hear the motors trying to go, but... Alright, let's move on to the next animatronic. Alright guys, and now here we have the lurching cursed werewolf. Before you guys comment, I already know his face is very deformed. But that is just because it's been sitting in a box for a while before we owned it. So, that's kind of expected. I would show you guys him, but I actually don't have his adapter with me right now. But if I do find his adapter, then I will insert a clip of him working right now. I also got this bride and groom, which are pretty cool. Their eyes light up red. Alright everybody, now here we have Double Trouble. Lost Roy won't be there, I was just there. I just put her there because in one of her phrases she talks about somebody missing her head, so here's Double Trouble now. Another one of the animatronics I got.
Summer is hot, winter is cold, but we don't feel a thing, and we'll never get old.
I'll demo her one more time, just at a little bit of a different angle.
People think we want to be like them, but pretty soon they'll all be like us.
Oh, I don't think that had reset. Hold on. I'll just demo them one more time off camera. I just want to make sure that didn't just break, but... Alright. So, Double Trouble is now also in my collection. Alright everybody, and now we have the next 3 animatronics. I kind of made this garage a little bit of a electrocution room. With Death Row here. The Experimental Eddie, I almost forgot his name, and High Voltage Fenced In Zombie. So, I'm gonna start off with these. Now, everybody except for Death Row is on step pad, so I have to step back over here. So I'll start off with High Voltage Zombie. His step pad is hidden right here by the carpet. Alright, and now Experimental Eddie. Now, before I get into his demo, he actually is on external speaker. There isn't anything wrong with his normal speaker. I just like the way he sounds on external speaker as of now, so... He sounds a little bit different. And now now here we have Death Row, who, because he's on sensor, I just have to turn him to the on position. Here we go. Should go any second now. Sometimes I have to tap on his head. There we go. Alright, now, stay tuned because I'm actually going to do a separate clip with all three of these in the dark. The only difference is that Death Row here will be moved to the other side of the garage. I just moved him here just so he's a little bit closer to everything else. And there goes Death Row again. So let's move on to the next clip. Alright guys, while I'm not necessarily an animatronic, I also have the high voltage box with me, so I figured I'd just insert this clip in right here real quick. It is starting to glitch a little bit, but I do think like everybody has, or at least somewhat of a glitch that I have. I don't think it's just because it's been in a box for a while, but here we have the high voltage box. It'll probably reopen again in a second, so jump scare warning. Yep. Even after, watch, it'll open again. Yep. So it'll probably just keep doing that throughout the rest of the activation. But something else, two things to make note before I move on to the next clip, is that, one, there is, okay, I guess it just got stuck like that, but because of, I guess it's not been used for a little while, before I own it now, I don't know how great you can see it on the camera, but it looks like a spider web must have, taken hold in there. I don't think that was custom. Like, I don't think whoever owned this before me, customly put the spider webs in there, but they're in there now. And I actually might just keep it just because it looks creepy, whether it be it's real or not. I might just keep it because it looks creepy. And the second thing is that, yes, I do know I own Death Row, which you guys saw in the previous two clips. However, this actually can't be hooked up to the Death Row animatronic because when we were setting him up, we noticed that the wire connecting from the animatronics, I think, control box to this was actually ripped, or like it was severed, I guess. So unfortunately, this, as far as I know, can't be hooked up to the Death Row animatronic. But that's alright, I still like it as is. I'll play around with this off camera to see if I can get this to close all the way again. I don't want to try and force it closed because I don't want to break it, but I actually kind of like it like this because when the lights are off, you just see this with the skull in it. So I actually kind of like when it gets stuck like open like this. So, but let's move on to the next clip, and the last and my favorite animatronic that I now have in my collection. Alright guys, and last up we have my favorite demonic Dahlia.
I told you to stay away!
She does jump kind of slow, but once again, that's probably just from being in the box for a while. She is actually jumping kind of quicker than when we first set her up. When I just set her off before filming, she actually kind of jumped forward and I had to lean back. But I'll show you guys her one more time.
I told you to stay away!
kind of see back Ben Bonnie there in the back. But that is Demonic Dahlia. One of my favorite spirit animatronics. I've actually wanted it for a long time. And now, I've wanted her ever since 2019, and now she's actually part of the collection. Alright guys, now quickly before we go to the outro clip, I also have the instructions for Pumpkin Guardian of the Grave. I do not own this animatronic. I have no idea why I have his instructions though, but I do. Maybe he's in a box that we just haven't checked yet, but as far as I know, I don't own this animatronic. But if I do find out that he is in one of the boxes and I do end up owning him, then all along, I guess, then once again, similar to Double Trouble, expect that update via Instagram post. I just figured I'd show this because weird that I have his instructions, but as far as I know, not the animatronic. Alright guys, that's actually going to conclude today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and comment who was your favorite animatronic that I've showcased in today's video of who has been added to my collection. Also, it's Halloween all year around here, even after October 31st, so be sure to subscribe. That's about it. Bye, guys.